Good evening, folks. Cliff here with Foxit Outdoors. It is 2:40 p.m. on Wednesday the 25th or the 26th. I forgot to check the date. It's about 70 degrees outside today. Finally got some sunshine after like the last 36 hours of being cloudy as heck. Don't know if you guys can see, but I am currently squatting right in front of on the other side of the front of my tomato plants. Figured I'd give you guys a bit of an update to what's going on in the garden. Let me get you flipped around and show you what's happening. Good, we are recording. I wasn't 100% sure because I just kind of started the video and turned it around, but I have a potentially dead blueberry bush. I don't think it did very well. This is about the second year I've had this one, and it's they're not faring well for some reason. I'm struggling with my blueberries. Regular plants, other plants. I've got my habanero plants over here. You can kind of see the two orange dots on there. Those are the smallest habaneros I have ever seen or grown. So yeah, there's those ones, and then I got another one back there, dead center right there. He's just kind of chilling. Oh no, sorry, that's a leaf. Where'd it go? I had a third. Oh, there it is. Sorry, it is. Where the hell's it at? Right there. That's where the pepper's at. It is right there. Hard to see because that thing's the same color as the dang leaves. But yeah, I've got 4 of these in there. These are actually habaneros. I have the little tag down there. You can see right there. I've been struggling to get these things to grow or do anything this entire season. I feel that I planted them too late, so they did not have time to establish their root systems. This one here actually got almost decimated entirely by caterpillars, hornworms. Actually had like 3 hornworms on this one plant, and it pretty much ate off all the sun grabbers or solar panels, aka the leaves. Yeah, I still got the other ones back here. These guys are doing fantastic. They're just not doing anything. Tons of flower heads on them, but I don't know if it's because of the weather. I haven't trimmed them, whatnot. I don't know. I am just really struggling this year to grow this particular pepper. But I'm hoping that I can get something at least seed-wise out of these 2. If I can get that, then maybe next year I can get some better ones. I will also overwinter these, so these will get trimmed back. Most of these funky long branches here, that'll get trimmed off. I'll get it trimmed down to more or less the main stalk and a couple of main branches. And hopefully I'll overwinter them and they'll come back next year. Mint has been chopped. I've got black ant hill over here. Not the little mini ants, but the actual big ants. I don't know if my camera will actually pick them up moving. I can see them with my eyes, but... And there's my neighbor's dog being all weird over there. Spot. My bush for my morning glories. I think this thing is finally done croaked. Finally done spitting out flowers. And I have basically all of this center part here is nothing but seeds. You can see all the little buds on there that have stopped. I have about 100, 200 of them in there that I've been slowly harvesting off of. This is where I've been getting everything. The rose bush, for those of you who like to see my rose bushes, or the rose bushes, I go around the long way. Look at these absolute beautifully well-shaped roses. I mean, these things are fantastic. Look at that. That is like crystal perfect right there. Look at that rose. A ton of them in here. This is nothing but roses. All of it. Y'all have seen these. You guys love them. I know I've got a lot of, a couple of good followers out there that absolutely love my rose bushes. Or, technically they're not mine. They're my mom's rose bushes. I just keep them alive. And I got El Pesto right there. Annoying little bastards. AKA grasshoppers. These things eat everything. So going around. Got the orange ones on this side. These are like orangey yellow. I do actually have orange ones in here somewhere. But yeah, I've got the pink ones, the white ones. I do have some purple ones over here, actually. These are yellowy orange. Got some bugs in there. Let's see, there's a nice little purple one right there. Some nice little honeysuckles for the hummingbirds. See? Nice and purple. Told you. Solid purple. That one's just getting ready to fully open. Well, look at this. Absolute abundance of roses this season. This is actually, I think, on all these roses, I think this particular spot right here is one of my favorite. I'm not a rose person, but that sucker had five, look at that, 5 roses off of one branch. And there's another little cluster of like 3 there. Look at this. This is how my roses do. Look at these clusters. That'll be 4 right there. That's another 4 or 5. There's like 7 right there. And these ones just somehow managed to do it this way. I don't know why, but they're doing it that way. This one's going to be a nice tree. Once it's trimmed and properly maintained, that sucker going to be as tall as these ones up here. Got my apple trees over here. Unfortunately, I did lose 2 more of my apples. Damn squirrels got to them. You can see the teeth marks in this sucker. And now the ants are munching on it. I don't know if these 2 are going to survive. That one's got a little bit of something on the bottom. Same with this one here. That one got a little moldy on the inside, and it looked like something tried to burrow into it. Didn't quite work. But so far, since planting them in these big old pots, this tree is... shit. If I stand on that pot, that tree is probably taller than me. Maybe. I know this one definitely is. I did that test a while back. That tree is probably about 8 feet tall now. From the top of that planter to the top, that sucker about 8 feet. Had my mixer out here, was mixing some soil blends. There's a bag of worm castings. Basically mixing worm castings with this stuff, some raised garden bed mix, and half a bag of manure to get a really nice rich soil for the winter season. Got just a couple of random plants here. Catmint and that one came back. Snapdragons, something else, and then a random tree. I mean, don't really have much going on back here aside from, you know, my standard. This is the view of like the little walkways that I've made. That one kind of follows a curve. These ones are just straight kind of walkway, but gives you access to the pathway here if I decided to put like another container going, you know, some going this way. But I kind of like the straight rows here. We've got the tomatoes in here. These guys are actually doing really good now. That looks like that one completely split open due to the cold. I've got, I don't know if you can, let me pan around the other side, see if you guys can see these, but got a nice little cluster of tomatoes there. One on the bottom looks like it's split open and got rotted, so we'll have to take that one off. But I got this guy here. That's actually starting to get the, there we go. Sorry, that's in the leaves in the way. It's starting to get the spots like the packaged tomato, the package it came off of. Unfortunately, I lost the package for these, so I completely do not remember what tomatoes these were. I originally had the package was over there stuck to the grill or the trellis, but looks like the sun destroyed it or it got carried off. But yeah, look, I got another tomato back here. This is a bigger one. Look at that guy. But that's what they look like on the package. They got those little spots on them. This is not a diseased tomato by any stretch of the means or any stretch of the word. But I've got little groups of 3 and 4 here and there, like all over this place. Look, there's a good one. There's another one up there. I got clusters of them up in here. Another one right there. I know they're going to be hard to see on film. I do apologize. Lighting is kind of poor, but at the same time, these tomatoes are the exact same color as the plant. So look, there's a good set of tomatoes up in there. There's another one back there. I got one showing on the end of this. Another little cluster there. I mean, I've got tomatoes everywhere on here. Yeah, you can start seeing them everywhere. Tomatoes. This is going to be nice because I found a new method of making spaghetti sauce. So I'm going to try those out. I've got the carrot clusters over here. Sorry. My beans. These are the Black Wonder, or sorry, these are the Black Turtle bush beans. And as you watch, let me get a section of this thing. You'll see why there are. Look at all the beans on here. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see them, but they are just everywhere on this bush. Let's look it down here. Look at all of them. There's probably about 15 right just in that one spot. I have these are. I'm trying to do this without breaking the plant. This plant is really fragile right now. But I've got beans everywhere. They're actually growing into my carrots, which is funny considering I planted the beans first and the carrots just kind of were an afterthought after I was done with the first batch. So technically the carrots are growing in with the beans. But let's do one real quick, folks, just because I have the carrots out here. I'm going to randomly pull one out. I've heard if you push them down and pull them out, they come out pretty good. Yeah, look at that. That is a decent sized carrot. It's only about 4 inches long. Probably could have let that grow a little bigger, but pretty healthy carrot. Doesn't have that standard, usual long taproot, but yeah, I'm fine with it. I mean, I've also got it in a rather short bed, so if you look, about the soil level's right there where I have it. I only got a couple more inches, but these guys are doing real well over here. I'm going to pull another one just for you guys. Let's see. I have one on this side. I'm going to pull it out. I kind of don't want to, but I'm going to just for you guys. I have some really nice ones up in here. So I got this guy right in here. You can see the top of it there. I'm going to pull this one out for y'all. Push down. Pull out. Ooh, look at that. See, that's what your standard carrot should look like. A little more straight, but I'm actually happy with that result. Those are, and I've got a lot of these in here. I've got about 15 more in there. I've got a little cluster right. That little cluster is like 6 of them, and they're going to be about this big. I got another one back here in the corner. This guy down here, he's going to be a big one. You can see that one. And then I've got, check this one out. I've got this dude in the corner right here. I have a feeling that's going to be a long one. But if you look at my soil, I don't know if it's going to be easy to show or not. This stuff is wicked loose, like wicked loose. So I've got some very loose soil there just for you guys, just as a comparison. Now I've got, these are all colored ones, so I've got yellows, reds, blue ones in, or I mean not purple ones in here, standard ones, but I mean, good set of carrots. I'm not complaining. Got a couple of random beans that I keep tossing in here, but you see there's another one. But look at this soil. Look at this. Look at the soil. Like, look at how nice that is. Holds its shape but breaks apart. So this stuff is perfect for doing what I'm doing in here. I am going to be looking forward to having probably about a pound worth of beans if I'm lucky. But this plant is doing fantastic. I'll give it a little bit of a water today, and other than that, I think this one will be fine. Like I said, I've still got all these carrots on this side that are probably just as big. I probably got some massive ones here, but this stuff is so thick. Look at end of my carrots. What is these? Those are them black turtle bush beans all the way to the end of the pot. Let's see, I'm going to test this one. No, that's a little one. I'm just checking these carrots, folks, while you guys are with me on this journey, because to be dead honest, I have no idea what half this stuff is doing. I just planted them in here, and they just took off. Got a couple little ones in there. I might have a big one back in here, but stuff is so dense I can't tell. I don't want to dig in there too far because I don't want to disturb too much. Oh yeah, look at there's another one. Another one of my beans all the way over here. Just chilling. There's more in there too. This is kind of fun. Yeah, these guys will be some of the smaller carrots, but yeah, I have an abundance of these things in here. Oh, yeah, look at all these beans. I got beans over here. I got beans down here. You can't see them, but there's one there. I got tons of beans on here. Beans galore, folks. Beans galore. This is from this end, so this is kind of what you get to see. You get to see the rows, which kind of makes it a cool little transition from the area to, from like one side of the yard to the other. Just gives it kind of like a, I don't know, I kind of like it this way. I set it up that way on purpose, but I do like it. I would have liked to have gotten another archway system going through that side, but I mean, I've already got these things are damn near 4 feet apart because this trellis is fairly wide. But I mean, otherwise this planter would have been about where the other wall is at. That's where that would have gone from there just to about over there, and then that planter would have been on that side, right in the dirt. I got other plans for that stuff, so almost forgot to show you guys these ones. I'm struggling on the habaneros, but my serranos are doing fantastic. These guys are really doing well. Look, I've got more flowers here, which is really going to suck for these plants because according to the weather this week, or this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the temperature at night drops to 30 degrees. So my plants are going to have a shit fit. But hopefully I can get enough of these harvested or pulled off. I mean, I've got a couple of them that are already starting to turn red. These ones are starting to turn. You can see the color transition there. I've got a couple more back here. Sounds like a Christmas color. I know I hate using that word, but I've got one over here. It's hard to see just because of the sun. But I've got about 4 red ones there. I'm looking forward to these because this is going to be going in my powder mix. We're about 17 minutes in, folks. I'm going to say this is going to be a long video. I just want to do a full overview of everything, just so you guys can see it all. Ooh, I have a pepper down here. It's like one of my peppers fell off, dried out on the floor. But check this guy out. These are my Tabasco peppers. These things aren't very hot. They're, I think, just slightly hotter or lower on the heat scale. Either just above or just below a jalapeno. But I have tons of these things. Look at this. I got one right here that's actually, look at it. I barely even touched it and it fell off. Let's see, I probably got another one in here. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at it. I got tons of, look at this one back here, watch. Where's it? Barely grabbed it. Boop. Just pops right off. These guys literally just fall off. Look, boop. And I have dozens of them on here. Oh, I got a nice fat red one right here. Ooh, look at that sucker. Yeah, look at that. It's about a solid inch on that one. Those will be some nice peppers. So I'm just going to set them down here where I'm sitting so they don't blow away in the wind. I got one random onion. Actually, I got 2 random onions in here. I don't know if you can see it. Way back there, I got an onion. And I got an onion over here, which is funny because I had planted these first in here. And then at some point I randomly got a lettuce. So lettuce was in here doing well, and then I got rid of that. But I mean, look at the bottom of this plant. This is, I got a stem coming off here, I got to cut. But this is a thick plant. I don't know if I'm going to be able to overwinter these in the pot. This is going to be a struggle. But I am going to try, and I'm going to trim these down a bit. I think by trimming them I'll get more next year. If not, I mean, to be dead honest, folks, I have probably over 1 million seeds right here. Easy. Look at this. Everywhere you see an odd color bit of yellow, that's a pepper. I mean, this whole plant is riddled with them. Well, I can't say whole plant. I have 5 plants in here. But this is 5 plants worth of Tabasco peppers. And I think the reason why these guys are ripening faster is because they get the morning sun. And then that's it. So these 2 plants on the end probably ain't going to do anything. Nope, actually no, I stand corrected. Look, they are actually starting to transition in color. So hopefully I can get these ones to go soon. But yeah, this one, basically this one turned into a tree. Like, this is one branch. Like, just, I got 1 or 2 main branches on here, but this one actually turned into a tree, which is kind of neat. And then I have my Marglobes are kind of doing something. I have a few tomatoes here and there for the Marglobes. There's a little one there. I have another one right up there. These ones were the Gardener's Delight's are actually doing real well right now. I have little clusters everywhere. There's a good sized one there. Got a cluster of 4 there. Another one single there. Cluster of 4 or 5 are there. Another set there. A couple more there. I mean, they're doing fairly well. I'm actually very happy right now with my tomato plants. Yeah, I've got, this one over here is my Mar globe that's going up this way. It comes up on this side. Right here is where it's tied off. Not really doing anything except for these 2 right here, which are actually the Mar globes. I'm going to be redoing this soil. Ooh, check this out. I don't know if you guys can see them. I got little wormies. Little wormies. Actually, not even a little wormy. That's probably good. Not 2 fat wormies. Nah, that's the skinny ones. They're sitting under there under the mulch of this thing, breaking it down, helping me out. Probably what I'll end up doing with this one is I'll probably just dump some manure on top of this and a little bit of soil mix, because, I mean, when I started with this pot, it was up to this rim. There's like a little ledge. Actually, no, it's never mind. But I had this all about right here to about 2 inches to the top, and that's how far it sank in. Romas unfortunately never did a thing, and I think that's only because this spot is too much in the shade. So they didn't like it over here. So I may move them next year into a different spot where they get more sun. I'll see. Got all these little brown things to yank off. I always break off the little brown dead pieces because no point in having them on your plant. They're not doing anything but sucking up the plant's nutrients or just kind of making the plant struggle. So that'll all get broke down. It'll all get chopped in here. Most likely what will happen with these tomato plants is I'll just cut it, mulch it all into there, and just cover it with soil. And that'll break down over winter, and I'll have some newer stuff. More revitalized soil next season. Random pot of stuff. I have some onions in here, some onion chives, I should say, and then a couple pieces of lettuce. All of this stuff just kind of self-seeded. I have one lettuce top here that's probably still got about, I don't know. Most of the seeds are actually gone, so birds either got them or they're going to grow in this planter. Everywhere around the planters on the floors, I've got carrots. Probably standing on one personally. Nope. Ooh. These are my favorite. Spider hole. So I got carrots down there. Got carrots and onions in here. I did take out the big weed that I had in there from last week or last video. Didn't like it, so I got rid of it. Onions are doing all right in here. I have been checking on my carrots. These guys are, look at this guy. Look at the size of this one. Oh, and there's a worm around him too. So this is a pretty good sized one. I'm not going to pull it. It's not going to be a very long one just because of the fact, I mean, you can see the level of where the planter's at. You can see that first rib. And then the soil's about 2 inches below that. So there's basically that first rib, and that soil is essentially right at the bottom right here. So I've only got a couple of inches, which is really unfortunate because when I started this planter, that soil was to the top of this. So everything in there is already broken down and been turned into mulch, whatever. I got to let this one dry out because this one's getting a little too wet, so it's a little soggier than I'd like. I do have the one drain hole out here. As you can see, it kind of wet, but it is what it is. This is what happens when you start watering plants in the wintertime, when you have a big old tree casting shade everywhere in the yard. And this is a good sized shade tree, but it's dead center right where I want my garden at. Moving on, we're going over here to the loofah tree. It is actually destroying my my trellis system over here. So I'm gonna have to do something way better than that next year. But you can see here I've got some very large loofahs. I measured these for you guys a couple of weeks ago. Some of them are 14 inches. I've got some 15. That one's my short one. I think it's 13 and a half. Well, I've got these guys down here. This one here was like 15 something. I think this one was 14 and a half. I got ants on them, but the ants aren't going to do squat. They're not as fat as I'd like them uniformly, but again, I planted them probably the wrong time of the season. Didn't give them enough time to germinate or grow. And I've also got them kind of on a very, very condensed growing center. These things are really designed for tomatoes, not for something like this. This is entirely overkill. The plant is overkill for what it's on. I need to grow these next year on the fence out there somewhere, or I might grow them along that fence over there between me and the neighbor. I don't know. I might, you know what, I might even, since I have all these trellis systems that I'm working on over there, I might throw them up on that side. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. I do kind of like the aspect of growing these things. I got another one in here too. So here's a little one. This one's starting to dry out, so I might have to harvest this particular one soon. That's really all I got off of this. I was slightly disappointed that I only got 5, but 5 out of 3 plants, that's about 75% growth. So I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm not a math wizard. I'm just lucky that I got loofahs in the first place. And I still have 1 freaking pepper down here. These are the... shit, my pepper's completely destroyed. These ones were the, I think, Sandia peppers. But yeah, he's just kind of chilling there by himself. I'll overwinter that one. That one will get going next season. Hopefully I'll have a chance to get some good peppers off of it. But yeah, aside from that, I really only just have the 5 loofahs on here. It's going to be what it's going to be. I wish I had more, but hey, first time growing them, I would say this is a smashing success, considering I've never grown this particular plant before. And you can definitely see here, this is a vine-style climbing plant. So I need something way better than this next year. But yeah, I'd say ravaging, rebuttal, I don't know, just coming up with words that start with R. But yeah, I think this was a really good success for my first time growing seeds. Shout out to my friend over at Pest Hunter Outdoors, Jason and Molly. Thank you for these seeds. I know you guys got them from somewhere else, but I'm just saying shout out to you guys since you guys gave me the seeds and I got a chance to grow them. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, and I will be returning the favor when these things are done and ready to be harvested. I will be drying out them seeds and I'll be sending them your way. And to my immediate right, we have my lettuce tree, which is now almost 3 feet tall. Yeah, I know it doesn't look 3 feet tall. You guys can watch, I don't even care. Find me, I don't give a shit. Most of you already know where I live anyway. Just been harvesting off the lower branches, lower tiers. Some of these are going to be bitter, but that is going to have a nice flower head on top of it, which is going to be fantastic. This lettuce actually did real well in this spot when it got cooler. I have 2 more over there. Actually, I got another one doing the same thing. That one's starting to go, but that one is still nice and fat. So these are good. I like this lettuce in this particular spot. I do have to make sure I keep the bugs off of there, but yeah, we're doing really well in this one area. Also got one of my Halloween decorations in here, so don't freak out when you see it, folks. Also have, I think 2 or 3 or 4 basil plants that just kind of randomly planted themselves in here. So I've got some really nice Genovese basil. Good sized leaves on this one now, and actually got munched off. But yeah, this is, I showed you guys one of these leaves last couple weeks ago on one of the lives. Here's another one. This would have been a full leaf. Break that sucker off. That would have been right there. I mean, you can see how wide that leaf would have been. There's the end of it there, and it would have gone down to here, but it looks like it got munched through by something all the way to that rib. But I mean, that's a good size leaf right there. I got pretty big hands. For those of you who have met me, you know I got some fairly large paws, and I've got a decent amount of this. I mean, I've got, look, there's another one that got munched. Good leaves. Good leaves. Oh, and there's Banicula. My nice little garden bunny. Scared the crap out of my mom with that one because I put it in here. She freaked out. But I kind of thought it was very appropriate to have him in the veggie patch. And that's essentially what everything is in here. It's all veggies. I got a couple of random carrots in here. There's one, see, it's chilling in the corner. It's growing on its own. I got carrots on that side, but they're not actually in the planter. They're just kind of off to the side. And I still got onions over here. An abundance of onions. Actually, I gotta water this. Nope. Yeah, a little dry. And I'm starting to get ready for some winter planting or transferring of materials. I've got this one's already full. I've got that planter set up. I have ones up front I showed you guys from last month, and I got a a-hole doesn't know how to drive. But this is my other carrot pot. I'm going to clean all of this stuff out by the end of the season, and I will do some winter gardening. Hopefully it'll work. But, oh, I do actually have one carrot in here. I do apologize, folks. It seems one has actually managed to rear its ugly head in here. I want to see how big it is. Ooh, that's a good one. Look at that. You guys can see that right there. That's a decent sized yellow carrot. Oh, I got another one right here. I always got this lemon sorrel stuff growing everywhere in here. Oh, got another lettuce. But yeah, look, this lettuce is doing pretty good. Covered in bugs, but it's like that one got chopped all the way. But still doing good. I still got growing for hopefully another week or two if I'm lucky. I don't know, weather's going to be kind of iffy. My cosmos are doing fantastic. This thing is just like, I don't know. I tried to grow them last year, didn't do very well, and I took out the other plant, and this thing is really liking the planter by itself, and it's just going. It's giving my bees somewhere to come, so they have a place to eat. I still also have my sunflower tree over here, well, one of them. So I do got a lot of bees over here. Rose bush and more onions. This is my current water feature, folks, for those of you who kind of saw it but haven't really seen it. I just have a 16-inch whiskey barrel style planter. Drilled a hole in the backside just below this black rib. And essentially it's just a 2-inch deep black tray, catch tray for planters. Like a planter tray. I got a ceramic pot on the inside. Just in case the thing falls in, it doesn't sink all the way to the bottom. Rocks just keep it sealed nice and tight so the bugs can't get in. And I have, as you can see, I got drain holes all the way around this thing. And then just a standard little water pump. A couple good rocks in, that's actually a leaf, but I got some rocks in here for the bees so they can come and land on this. And, you know, they can come land on a spot where it's dry and just kind of walk in and get some water. And, dude, I'm telling you, this style of doing it, it does suck because it's not solar. That's the cord right there for it. It is plugged in. This is 12 volt, or sorry, 120, or sorry, 110. I apologize. I'm going to get some flack for that in the comment section. I know I will. I'm not an electrician, folks. I'm a gardener. Well, sort of a gardener. But yeah. So anyways, just got that on a little timer, and I'm telling you, man, this thing will go like 2 weeks on that, on just what the water is in there. Week, 2 weeks. Sometimes with the solar ones, you can get them. This is a fairly deep little planter tray. So you can even you're going to have to fill this thing up every other day. But with this, I just have it set like that, and I don't touch it for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I don't even take this stuff up. I just pour the water into here, and it fills it up on its own. But I checked it a while ago, and that thing was filled. Strawberries, still doing their strawberry thing. I'm surprised I actually haven't gotten a second running off of these. They're not doing much at the moment other than trying to figure out what the hell their weather pattern is doing. It is getting cooler, so they are kind of doing their thing. It's man. And my bunching onions, look at this. This is ridiculous. If I were to cut that, I'd probably have about 2 pounds of wet onion, but probably only about 3 or 4 ounces of dry. These things are just going nuts in here. And they'll stay out here all winter. It won't even phase them because that wall stays warm enough. And my bell pepper tree. This is what I'm talking about, my bell pepper tree. Look at this. So that is growing on that side of the pot. Just straight down the side of the pot. And I don't know how. This is not adding any weight. This is just the timer control for the water. But this pot does not fall over. Ooh, I got a nice bell pepper right there. I just noticed that. Holy crud. But yeah, you guys can see I've got a couple of decent bell peppers on here. I got 3 right there. It's hard to see, but there is actually 3 of them. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, about 8 or 9 more on here. I really did not see this one over here. That's a nice, that'll be a nice sweet red bell pepper. Oh man, check it out, got buried in there. And like it's still going. That's another bell pepper. I finally got off my butt and I finished, these are all my blueberries that I had in that other pot. I finally transferred them into the containers. These will be going in the greenhouse over the winter. Hopefully they'll establish and go. Aside from that, I mean, I really don't have much going on this side of the garden. I'll show you the main spot, but I got 1 random onion down here, whatever the heck those are. Chives, onions. I do actually have some eggplant, which is really funny. Got a little eggplant there, got a little eggplant there, got a cluster of 3 there. I know there's another one on the backside of one of these somewhere. Where'd it go? There's another purple flower back there. Got a little eggplant right here. Couple more on here. And I got an onion in here. I forgot I actually had an onion in here at one point. Oh no, I think I pulled it out. My potatoes, this is a fun one. I'll get to the greenhouse here in a second. I'm just going to do a long ass video. I really don't care. I need a full update and you guys need one too. So here's, hopefully my constituents on here on YouTube will actually have the courtesy of watching the entire video. Or at least just throwing it on to play. Even if you don't watch it, that's fine. At least give me the watch time, folks. I really need it. Anyways, this is my potato plant. It's just kind of growing in here all slow. I'm waiting for it to do the flowering thing so I can cut the flowers off and force it to grow more on the bottom. But I do have a layer of hay under here. This is all my mulch. This at one point was higher than the top of this. I probably had about 8 inches of hay mulch or hay in here, and it has dropped down that much. And the mosquitoes are trying to get me. Did go through the minting process, all of this, and it is actually coming back already, which is really funny. This stuff is impossible to kill unless you're my sister. But anyways, this is the infamous sunflower tree. And you'll see in the background, that's my pine tree. And if I'm in the right spot, I mean, you can see that thing going. And it's like that all the way around. And then just kind of tapers off at the top, just like the damn pine tree. Fat on the bottom, and then pointy at the top. Like I said, I probably had 200, 300 sunflower heads on this one. They're not very big. I think the biggest one I had was maybe 2 inches across, maybe 3. But yeah, that is a lot of material, folks. When I start chopping this thing down, I'm going to knock it down and I'm going to take every one of these branches, cut them off, and I'm going to run them through my mulcher. And that is probably going to yield me dry weight, probably 3 or 4 pounds of mulch. But it's all going to end up going in there in my compost bin. This is at the beginning of next year, that's all getting taken out. I'm probably just going to take all of this, go through and sift all the good dirt out of it, all the good material. I'm going to get rid of this whole area so I can do other stuff over here. And most of this stuff that's not broke down, all the big chunks, are going to go back in there. Oh, and then I do have, so yeah, this is my, as you guys know, this is my main compost bin. At the start of when I did this, it was actually higher than the top of these boards. But it is actually compacting and breaking down real nicely. I'm getting some really good soil out of it so far. I mean, I'm still breaking down stuff, but I mean, it's going to take years for this stuff to all completely disintegrate and do what it needs to do. I have a random squash plant over here with a, actually I think that's an acorn squash, judging from the shape of the fruit that's on it. And here's a shocker, random carrot. And then over there I have a tomato branch that I cut off and laid in the dirt, and it's growing, doing weird things. And then let's see, over here we've got my yellow ghost tree. I've got a couple of there. Ooh, look at this, I've got a whole bunch here. I've got a ton of them, man. This thing's actually taken off all of a sudden. I'm probably going to pull this one off. I don't think this one's going to even be good. That's probably going to taste like crap. It's probably the same with this one here. Got a spider in here doing spidery things. So I'm going to take these things off. Hopefully it'll convince the plant to be like, hey, we need to start producing more. The jalapeno plant, looks like it's starting to go dormant. Or slowly getting there, but at the same time I still have a decent amount of jalapenos on here. I did not harvest all of these. I left a couple of them on there just for purposes, but I probably pulled off about a pound and a half of jalapenos this about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And then we go over here, folks. You're going to get to see some fun decorations for Halloween and gardening stuff as well. Moved both of my trees over here. I think they're better off in this spot anyway. They get a little bit more sunlight throughout the day. My arugula just chilling over there in the corner. It's my supposed carrot patch with three of my squash plants, but they're not doing anything, so I'm probably just going to pull them. If the carrots don't do much this year, they're going to get buried anyway. I got to top off this planter. You can see it's pretty low. So I'm probably going to just dump a bunch of stuff in here. Actually, I think I'll do the same thing I did with my other one. I'll top this off with hay. And then I will cover it with soil. I mean, the soil in here is actually, it's really loose. I mean, I've got really good soil. Actually, it's not as loose as I thought it was. And there's a rock. So, I mean, it's pretty decent. Holds its shape, breaks down apart, but it is actually fairly dense, so I do need to kind of work on that. So I think having the hay and other stuff on top of it will help. I mean, these carrots have been trying to grow in here for about 2 months, and they're not doing anything. They're growing real slow. Oh, and my sweet potatoes. I'm not a fan of sweet potatoes personally. I think they taste absolutely nasty. But we had some sweet potatoes in the house that were going to, they were growing eyes, so I figured I'd plant some. So I got 3 sweet potatoes in here. And you can kind of see some funny looking leaves in the background. Those are actually beans. I got 2 bean plants in here. And I don't remember if I put Kentucky pole beans or if these were black bush beans. I can't remember, but yeah, it's got a decent sized root system on there. I could dig down there and find out, but it's like 65 to 120, 112 days, something like that for sweet potatoes. Was checking up on some of these. You can harvest them in about 65 days. You're not going to get very many or very big ones. We have planter down here. As I said, I was making soil blends. That's part of it, one planter there. These are going to be experiments, all of them. I have 3 of them over here at the moment. My 4th one's over there by my habaneros. I am going to plant in here about 4 to 5 Canadian garlic. Yes, I'm saying Canadian garlic. I'm not going to deny that I have garlic from Canada. I'm going to put a couple of them in here. I have this one here and that one over there. Nothing in here right now. This bed is... Just noticed more random stuff growing in here. This is my awesome Halloween decoration that scared the crap out of my mom. I thought it was funny. Paid like 12 bucks for that guy, just sticks in the ground. And then, like I said, I've got, these are my handmade tombstones. Burlap sack. Actually, this was a kit. It actually came with the burlap sack, 6 stakes. That was like 8 or 10 bucks. And I have no idea what I have in here, but from the looks of it, it's one of two things. It's either sunflower seeds or freaking squash, which is funny. So I got one over here that may or may not still have, nope, I have no idea what these are, folks. I got no clue. I have no idea what any of this green stuff is. I can't, we'll have to wait till they get their secondary set of leaves, and then I'll be able to identify them. Well, these two here have their secondary set, but they're not big enough to identify. So I don't know if this is a squash plant, mosquitoes trying to get me, or sunflower seeds, which is really weird because I don't remember putting anything in here. All I did was cover this whole area with topsoil. I got topsoil on here, that's it. That's all I put on there. So no idea, no clue. Dead body tree. My other set of experimental garlic. These were the greenhouse ones, not doing so well. My other set of decorations. This is not a decorations video, but hey, guess what? Bananas. We all know what's in here. I'm not going to do a recap on that one. You all watched me plant them. And I guarantee by next season, almost all of that's going to be gone. I have my other random garlics in here. And I still, that one's the only one I can identify, even at such a small size. That's basil. That little tiny plant. But yeah, I've got random, I have like garlic in here from the previous planting, which is really weird. Because I'm pretty sure I went through and I cleaned out every inch of this bed by hand to check out all the garlic, and I just randomly, these ones popped up. So I got free garlic again. And then, like I said, those I know full well are basil. Because I originally, you guys notice it's gone now. It's actually in the greenhouse. I had that one planter here that was clipped to this. That was my basil plant. And then I've got carrots over here still doing well. I am really annoyed though. A lot of my carrots, for some reason, they are infected. Yeah, I'm just going to say infected with aphids. But I have, check this out. I've got my 3 onions in here. This one's actually a good sized onion. That one's getting a little bigger. But I think due to the fact of the shade of the carrots, because, I mean, as you can see, sorry for that. That is a solid sea of green. I have one semi-clear spot around my bean plant. Birds are going nuts because they're eating the sunflowers off my sunflower tree. But check this out. I've got... Supposedly, this is the black turtle bush bean. I believe that's what I planted in this spot. I just threw one in here. This is the bottom of it. Looks like a damn tree. And then this thing just branched off everywhere. Oh, and then I did plant one random onion over here because I decided, I pulled it out and I needed to transplant it because it was still growing. So I said, screw it. But yeah, most of around this plant is actually pretty clear. But you know what? Here, for you guys, let's do this. I'll do it out of this one too. I've got some good ones, but I'll show you. I don't know if it's going to show up very well. These things keep folding over. But let's see. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see all that gray. All of that. Those are aphids. Aphids like crazy. Let's see here. Don't like that one. I pulled one out of here earlier. Oh, and then check this out. I got ladybug larvae right there. I've got a ladybug chilling over here. But let's see, which one of these do we want to pull out? Let's pull out, yeah, this guy looks pretty decent right here. So, we're going to pull this one out. This thing is covered in aphids though. Push down, and pull out. And check it out, folks, look at that thing. Gets you a slightly better view, somewhat in the shade. Look at that. That is, I'd say, let's see. Throw down in the comment section what you think the length of this is. I mean, it's a decent sized yellow carrot. I mean, I'm actually rather happy. Again, another really good harvest. Relatively straight carrot. Limited root system, which is perfect because it went straight down to the point right here. So yeah, I'm actually super happy with it. I'll be harvesting a lot of this during the winter time. So look forward to a full carrot harvest video. And well, I guess I'll just toss this over here for now, leave it off to the side. I got aphids on me. My hands are all sticky now. Wash my hands off in the dirt. Ugh. And then my last Halloween decoration slash planter is my two little hands, which kind of freaky when you come in. My do not enter sign. I also got the two hands right there popping out. But I'm actually half tempted to try pulling out this carrot. I kind of want to see. Ooh, yeah. You guys want to see this? This will be the last one, and then we're pulling this video because I don't normally do a video this long, but you guys needed a full update. I had a lot to update you on, so let's try it. This is the last one, folks. Push down, pull up. Ooh, that one could have used a little bit more time in the ground. That would have been a really nice carrot. Funny thing is, I could probably stick it right back in the ground, but I'll break off the tip. So that'll just be that. That'll be the last of this video right there. Just showcasing off some carrots. I've got some yellow ones and some red ones, orangey ones. It's not too bad, folks. Not too bad. Oh, and then we'll just do a quickie over here as this thing winds down. Oh yeah, I got birds. Birds, I scared the crap out of them, sorry. There's another one over there. Birds are just chilling on my thing. But anyways, starting to get all my citrus in here because it's been dropping down pretty cold and I don't want my citrus to freeze. I've got my basil plant in there, my cannas, which I'm going to be getting the seeds off of soon. Tree transplants there, and I've got a ton of eggs in here that I just collect from work. And frankly, there are some people that will say cook your eggs in an oven for, I don't know, 30-40 minutes at like 300, and just at least until they're nice and dry. I just stick them in the greenhouse for a few days, and like honestly, as hot as this thing gets in the summertime, 3-4 days, and that stuff is brittle as pretty much as brittle as plastic cooked in the sun. But yeah, look at it. Oh man, I just noticed. Look at the amount of new growth on this damn plant. And one of these I actually saw, I don't remember which one, I actually started to see flower buds. Which one was it? Actually, I think it was this plant here. Was actually starting to grow flower buds. I saw them. And I now know why I'm not getting any fruit off of my... Oh yeah, here we go. Look at this. Buds right there. I know why I have not been getting any fruit off of my plants. Because when my plants start producing, they're producing too many flowers at once. I need to trim them off so there's only like 3 or 4 until that plant gets more established. Once those plants get more established and they get bigger, then you can let them grow more and more flowers or more and more fruit. So this year when they start producing fruit, I'm just going to start cutting them all off and leave like 3 or 4 just on the plant alone. But that'll hopefully be the plan. Hopefully it'll work. We'll see what happens. But anyways, folks, I thank you guys for joining me thus far. For those of you who have actually fully stuck with me through this darn near hour-long video, I absolutely appreciate it. Throw me a thumbs up in the comment. Please let the YouTube algorithm know how much you guys enjoy watching my videos. If you don't enjoy watching my videos, give me a thumbs down. I mean, it hurts, but at the same time, it's interaction, so Yeah, throw me a thumbs down if you don't like the video, or at least the length of the video. Aside from that, folks, once again, appreciate every one of my followers, my subscribers. Hit that thumbs up on the way out, like, share, subscribe. Send this out to any of your friends who are into container gardening. I am still a newbie at this, but I will be more than welcome to help anybody. This is going to be Foxy Outdoors signing off. You folks have a wonderful week.